Welcome. Here she comes. Again.
Welcome to Joan So's Live with Lana the Cat.
I think she's like taking over the show.
Can I help you?
Ooh, with the claws too.
Debbie, welcome to the show. Kathy, good evening.
Lana is in rare claw form tonight.
Hey Janice, how are you?
And she will not take no for an answer.
April, how are you doing?
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Be sure and say hello when you get on the show. We are in week 2 of our so long.
What's that?
Hi,
Patsy.
Patsy.
Does everyone hear us? Hey Barbara.
Somebody please let us know if you can hear. I could write a post it. Hi, Terry.
Hey Flea.
Hey, Fleet. I love that name.
Beautiful day, Mississippi. The azaleas are blooming.
Nice.
The birds are singing. Same here. Sound and pictures good on Facebook. Good on YouTube. Bernadine, how are you, milady?
Hello, hello.
YouTube is good. Kathy says YouTube is good. So
Well, cool.
maybe I'm just a little slow on the uptake.
You?
Who knows? Sherry Murphy, how are you doing tonight?
Welcome.
Bernadine said the sound is good. So
Thanks, Bernadine.
we started a little bit early tonight, so we'll let a few more people get on here.
We didn't start early. I think we're on time for once.
Says it up. It just turned 6 o'clock, so hey
We're
Ruth, how are
usually
you
late.
doing?
Lana says hello. She's in
Of course
her
she does.
regular perch.
You know.
I can hear her purring. And here's Willow saying hello as well.
Making rounds here.
She has to patrol.
Cindy Cronister, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, Cindy.
Cecilia, welcome to the show. Carol, welcome to the show. Joan's got something really fun to show you tonight. Joan's got a great show and tell tonight.
I do. It's from a previous show.
You're just going to have to wait for it, though.
Yeah.
She built this little spinny deal, too. Sweet Ann, howdy, and a happy Tuesday right back at you. We could throw a hee-haw welcome out there, but... that would take us all back a little too far, probably.
We did get sucked into watching Hee Haw on YouTube.
We did watch hee-haw on YouTube for one whole season there. Or one episode,
I think it was just
2 episodes.
One or 2 episodes.
Yeah, maybe.
Took me back
Beverly!
when I was a little girl.
Hate that you missed last week, but watched later. Okay, well, you're here now. Hey, Stephanie Fennell. Karen Huff, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Lana, welcome to the show. Alright, well, I think we let people get on, Joan, so who the heck are we?
I asked myself that so many times.
Who are you?
We are Quilters HQ, Windmill Sewing Center, clearly I don't even know anymore. Quilt Sampler, and Joan Sews. The websites are windmillsewingcenter.com, quiltershq.com. Did I say windmill already? Windmillsewingcenter.com and joansews.com.
Oh, where's the 4-footed helper? Yeah, she's right behind. She's there. Yeah, she's keeping an eye on the dog.
She was,
apparently had some feud today or something about who gets squatting rights on everything around, so. There she is. Okay.
She has calmed down considerably. She was in a mood earlier and had been, like, getting the claws out on my ironing board, so I had to give her the boot. So we are doing week 2 of our cinnamon spice sampler. Last week we did this block and we did 3 of them. And believe it or not, I am all caught up and I have all 3 of these done. And the only real difference between this block and the one we're doing tonight, you only make 2 and just same colors, different layout. So,
this is the sew that we're working on there.
oh, if you're ready, I'm going to jump over to the sewing machine. I'll take my pattern with me. And we'll sew one of these together. Okay. That's on.
Okay, we're moving to the sewing area.
And if you remember last week, I already have my leader ready to go. Because I got buried in... It's just a little tiny hole, but sometimes stuff gets pushed down in there. So let's just piece our half square triangles together first. And if it sounds different, it's because I changed my needle.
Nice.
It is nice.
Practicing what you preach.
Well, I didn't realize
Change your needle.
how bad it was. Until I started, after I changed my needle, then I'm like, wow, really? It sounds so much better. I don't have to oil this machine because it is self-oiling. And one thing I've been struggling with that I finally got set on this machine, because this is kind of a mechanical computerized sewing machine, so it sews high speed, but it's like a cousin to an industrial machine because it also has a cutter on this machine, and it's kind of rare on an industrial. And you have to get your bobbin set correctly for your thread, and I always use pre-wounds. So I finally got it set correctly that when I cut the thread, I don't have to pull my bobbin out and make a longer tail. So I was pretty happy about that, especially for what my show and tell is, because I was using it a lot for that. And while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and piece that center block, or half of it anyway. The center of our square is this really cool cinnamon color. Almost sewed that together wrong. I did have to get my seam ripper out again when I was piecing the blocks for the show and tell for tonight. And I'm just cutting these apart. If you don't have one of these are on the website. They're super convenient. There's another one that we carry that uses old rotary blades, which, what a great use, right? Okay, let's jump over here. Got my iron heating up.
You gotta do your little spinning thing.
I gotta do a little spinny thing. Hang on. Look at that. Is that cool or what?
Peggy Bunch, how are you, lady?
With these, I am pressing the seam open. I don't normally, but with this one I am, because there's a lot of bulk in a couple of these places. Because the center piece is, the center of this block is pieced, and normally it's not. So, but when we're using the 8-inch cube like we are with this one, that center's pieced.
Kitty Coons, welcome to the show.
We also have these irons. This is the Oliso. It's really convenient to have just right here. Stays hot. It doesn't, well, it depends. It has a longer auto shut off. And then they have one that's a tulip pink that I think we have in the shop. And it's really cute. And of course the wool ironing mat is nice to have. If you don't have one, they're worth it. They're kind of pricey. I want to say they're like 50 or 48 or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty quilt. It's, I would say it's probably a little more muted, right? With the colors. I mean, with the cinnamons and stuff.
I think it's fall colors.
Yeah, more of a fall color than
but
a summer color. But Peggy was saying she thinks it's going to be a really pretty quilt. It's just not her type of color, so.
Yeah. Well, nothing says you have to make this in these colors. I mean.
Yeah, that's true. You can make it with whatever you want, right?
Oh, you know what would be really pretty in purple?
Danita, how are you?
Purple, teal, and then a white.
Interesting. Okay. Purple, teal, and white. What do you guys think? Purple, teal, and white. T.H. Ray, how are you? Hey, Jody. Welcome to the show. Still working on, this is the second week.
Week 2.
Peggy said, purple's very hot right now. That's true. Hey, Nancy, welcome to the show.
I agree.
There are still kits available for this one?
There are still kits available.
So we do still have kits available on this?
You'll have to look online. I don't remember what the cost is off the top of my head.
Got these, she loves purple. A lot of people.
Or purple, teal, and fuchsia. Or purple and fuchsia. Alright, back to the sewing.
So don't forget, we have color of the month. And the thread color of the month. And then we also have a show and tell and the giveaway. To register for the giveaway, you just have to comment.
Alright, so let's piece this big square together. This is our center square.
Bernadine, there you go. The cat agreed with it. Nap on the ironing board.
She does that.
Right.
So these are going to go together like this. This is the center of our block right here.
You can see a little bit better.
That automatic back stitching is another feature on this machine. It's kind of noisy when it cuts, but it's worth it. And I'm just trying to make sure I piece all of these the correct way. If I don't lay them out and look at them, then...
Becky said, if you do it in purple, teal, and white, you buy it.
Okay, I'll put together a kit. We've got this really, it's more of a burgundy purple that,
Hey Louise, how are you tonight? So, second week of the song, we do have a show and tell tonight. And for giveaway, color of the month.
oh, she's abandoned her post.
Yep.
Which means she's probably going to jump up there in the middle of my sewing. Nope, she's abandoning the floor.
The whole.
The whole room.
Moving on. Too boring.
She's probably going to go see what the dog's up to.
I think so. Who can she pester next? Who's on the list?
I think the dog is always on the list. Alright, let's press these open real quick. Move that out of the way. What are you doing?
Just cleaning the.
Was there
cleaning my cobwebs out?
was there a cobweb?
There was something. Dust bunny, something, I don't know.
I swept earlier.
You can't, sometimes you just can't see them. So they're like, you walk around in a different light, you know what I mean? Beverly, working on the pattern impression of Tuscany.
Tuscany.
Tuscany. Oh. From last month, okay. Started a jelly roll quilt for my niece's wedding. Okay.
Nice.
Yep, graduations are coming up and all kinds of stuff. So everybody's kind of rushing to get their stuff done, right?
Yep. Yes, we have a lot of quilts in for quilting. I don't know if they're graduation, but and I did starch my fabric before I cut it. So let's go back, and we got a little bit left to sew on this. And then we'll come back and piece the whole thing. So this is going to go like this. I love it when my pieces match up.
Don't you like it when your pieces match up? Everybody likes it probably when their pieces match up, right?
You know, it doesn't always happen.
But when it does,
It's a good feeling when it does.
I bet it is.
Let's piece the other side of this.
Ruth is making another Laura Hines scissor collage quilt for the daughter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, and then our other pieces get sewed to, these are corners of the block. So let's piece that.
Quiet tonight.
I'm pretty quiet tonight. I've been sewing.
Sometimes we just run out of words, don't we? Hey, Cheryl, welcome to the show. Lovely day, yeah.
Been sewing quite a bit.
Bernadine said her pieces aren't matching up.
That happens. So this, I am actually going to press towards the inside of the block. Because I want that big old bulky spot right there.
The quilt to get dropped off. All right, we'll get you in the queue there. Tuscany. Oh, fingers hit the wrong key. Yep, I think Joan had already caught that.
Yep. That is a pretty one. Okay, and then since we press that way, we're going to press these towards the outside. This is a pretty simple block. And if you have the 8-inch cube, see how easy this block is to put together? I have been looking at all of these little fat quarters that I have, that you could do this block. It makes a 16-inch block. You could be done with a quilt in no time. And reduce your stash a little bit. That's my goal this year, is to reduce my stash somewhat.
At least some stragglers, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, fabrics that I don't really like. So this is going to go together like this.
Does everyone have fabrics that they don't like in their stash somewhere?
Well, yeah, I think
not
they
necessarily
do.
Not like, but you know.
Your tastes change. Sometimes you buy fabric and then you hang on to it for so long, you're like, I don't even like this anymore. Guess what that's for?
Is that like clothing changing from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s?
Well, they changed the colors.
Yeah.
So, like, they changed the color of blue and they changed the color of red. So, back in the 80s and 90s, they were these really muted country colors, and I have some of those.
Came out with like a 128 pack of Crayolas. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Add the little sharpener in the front. There's this in here today.
Okay, let's attach the other side, and this quilt went together. This block went together so fast. But think about how quickly you could turn out a star quilt with your scraps if you just sort
You
your
just score your fabric.
sort your fabrics into like a genre, whether it's holiday fabrics and you want to make a Halloween quilt or Christmas or you know, the 80s colors that we all have in our stash.
Ruth was saying that does seem to be an easier block.
I have buckets on buckets of fat quarters. And final press on this block. I could make blocks like this for days, and I don't think we would really even notice a difference
In your stash?
in my stash.
Sure.
And this side I am pressing towards the outside.
Remember, you do have to comment to get entered in the free giveaway. I don't know what the giveaway is tonight, but
I did find one.
I'm sure you'll like it. Oh, Peggy's got something here.
Okay.
I opened my Amish quilt bin thinking I had only a couple blocks to do, the quilt from years ago, and I only have 6 blocks done. I gotta finish it.
There it is. Let's go back over and show it off next to the other one. And so you're going to make 2 of this block. I'll hold it up so you can see it. Put it down here next to the other one.
Pretty cool.
I like
That's
these.
good, yeah.
I think this is going to be really
It
attractive
would be
quilts.
pretty awesome in purple, teal, and white. If you want to add some color.
If you want a kit, I'll make you one. Because I know we have fabrics like that at the shop. So, what do you think? Which one do you like better?
Ooh. Love the 8-inch cube, Big Sam.
Oh, yeah. So, think about it. This is super easy. This is a super easy block. And what took me, I don't know, a few minutes to cut out, 10 minutes to sew. If you have stacks on stacks of fat quarters like I do, you can build yourself a scrappy quilt. So if you want to tie it all together, just select one color as a background, say, you know, and just rotate these. So use one color that's common throughout all of the blocks and your scrappy quilt works every time. Which brings us to our show and tell.
Oh boy. You're gonna like it.
This is one we did.
There's an echo on the sound.
Do you have all the cameras on?
Everybody, sorry.
Oops.
Sorry. Sorry.
Do you want to turn the camera? Oh.
Well, I had that one on,
Oh.
but we can do the other one.
I can bring it over there then? Or
Yeah, just do it over here. Or we can just turn it. Okay.
scrappy.
Hey, Linda, welcome to the show.
This is one. This was the
So Sweet Ann was asking you, was this just the 8-inch block, or does that include the companions? Do you need companions for this one?
No, this is only the cube.
Okay, so only the 8-inch cube.
Right. I'm gonna put this back onto the, because it's kind of heavy. It is quilted, and for the back I used Kansas Troubles. I love this color. This is one of the colors that just lingers in the store from Kansas Troubles. It's this kind of orangish.
Yeah, there you go. The quilting came out really well, too.
Yeah. But, I mean, it looks amazing on the back of a quilt, especially a quilt like this that has so much color in it. So, that's what I was talking about. You have one color to tie it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like lightning bolts.
It does. Really cool. It came out really well.
Not gonna lie, this one was a challenge.
She did say this one was a lot of work. She was down here sewing for a very long time. Cheryl said butterscotch.
Butterscotch, is that the color? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, the thing with this one, I had a couple of blocks rotated. So I had to get my seam ripper when I was doing my rows. I know, it's no fun. But I will show you what's next on the long arm, because I just finished this today. All it was needing was the border on the outside. And this is an ombre fabric that we carried.
Oh, 4 or 5 years ago. When ombres were really...
It is kind of an older UFO. It could be
Everybody
4
has
or 5
UFOs.
years. But it's fun, and I'm using this kind of lime green for the back. So another piece out of my stash.
It's going to be fun.
And then
It's a
I'm
fun
quilting
quilt.
it in purple.
Okay.
So
Got
that'd
a
be...
pattern?
I'm going to use whatever I can find that looks really... here's the color I'm going to quilt it with. And then there's my binding. So that color purple, which will show up really well on the green and the yellow.
Sandy Schultz, welcome.
Welcome, Sandy.
It's all about the colors, beautiful. The ombre quilt's beautiful.
It's been around a minute, and it was something that I wanted to try, and I don't remember what happened, why I never finished it, but
Who knows, right? I mean,
it was on a
picked
hanger.
up some fabrics when it came in.
Yeah.
Hey, Lynn Diamond, how are you?
So, yeah, if you have those, it's just squares. It's just, I think they're 5-inch squares. And then I put a sashing in between, and I'm looking at it, and I didn't even really do a great job with the sashing, but who cares? Done's better than perfect all day long. So, thread of the month is spice. I think it's cinnamon spice. It's color number 2390. Sean told me that this is on its way back in stock. It's this beautiful spice. I'm on a spice kick. Because our next AccuQuilt is going to be pumpkin spice. That's kind of
Tasty.
reminiscent of... now I can't think of her name. 15% off for the show if you're not in the club. If you're in the club, it's 20% off. If you'd like to join the club, it's $20. You get this box, and then all of your thread, your aerofill thread, is 20% off. So it's a good deal. It's like $3 and something a spool. And our giveaway tonight is compliments of Brewer, and this is Taylor Seville Magic Chalk Liner. And it has a little eraser on it. And you can get refills for it.
Nice.
Chalk's a good thing to have.
Oh, yeah.
So that zigzag quilt, what was the name of it?
Sideways fence?
Rickety rail fence?
Rickety rails?
That wasn't it.
Rickety.
It was, I don't remember. It
Rail
is.
fence quilt?
It is on the website.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure
Hey, Vicky Wyndham, how are you?
that it's on the website for you to download if you want to do it. And it got rid of.
Was it on Quilters HQ or Joan Sews?
I think it was on Quilter. There it is.
Which one? Rail fence ripple.
Rail fence ripple.
That
Robert's
was-
gonna post a.
That was the quilt.
That was the quilt. 16 fat quarters out of my stash. I wish we'd have made it bigger because it's such a cool quilt that, you know, could have been a good bed quilt. But out of each fat quarter and the background fabric, I had to calculate yardage for. I think they give it to you in the pattern, the yardage for the background fabric. But you get 7 blocks of each color. So I ended up with 112, and I did it 11 by 10, which turned out to be 60 by 66. It's a 6-inch block. So I have 2 extra blocks that I will throw into my block pile, and I don't know, I'll do something with those someday.
It's the magic blocks.
It's the magic blocks. Do we have a winner?
April Green.
April,
That's
congratulations.
right. Congratulations.
April, if you have not shopped with us before, please go register for Joan Sews on quiltershq.com, and we will get this in the mail to you. And that is us for tonight. As always, change your needle. You heard how much better my machine sounded. Check your path, your thread path, and oil your rotary hook.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Just don't over oil it.
That was the first thing I did before I put the quilt on, was oiled the hook on the long arm. I changed and put a new needle on, and
It's kind of
Cleared
just
out the
that
bottom.
getting started before you're really going to get into a project, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just those maintenance items that
yeah,
just make the project go a little better, right? little smoother.
absolutely.
Okay. Well, everyone enjoy the first week of spring. And
Yes.
hopefully everybody is enjoying birds singing and flowers blooming. And
Yeah, but not like Colombo at like as soon as the sun comes out.
yeah, now we got like a rooster going off at 7 o'clock in the morning.